last episode of Brick Buddies, Shay found out John and approached him about being the father of his son. John was distraught over the news, since Shay was his best friend and confidant. But then Becca, Tanner, and Brandy found out Tanner may actually be with the wrong sister. Because what did Becca do? Instead of spending a night out with her family, she went to the strip club to make a few dollars. Willing to do something strange for a little bit of change. Like Lego builds bricks, Brick Buddies fosters entertainment. Season 1, Episode 2, coming up next. This is breaking news. Remember, you heard it here first on LUB77. Just then, we have 6 suspects in a robbery and arson in the city of Brick Buddies. Tanner, Brandy, Becca, Max, Maya, and John. These 6 actors and actresses from the sitcom Brick Buddies is currently on the run. If you should see them, do not approach. They are considered armed and dangerous. Here's a close-up of each individual. Now back to your regular scheduled program. John was seen walking around Brick Buddies, visibly upset about his interaction with Shay at the bar. And of course, the few giggles and gaggles the bartender and a local drunk was having about his situation. He took a walk through the town and came up on a cafe recently purchased by Brick Buddies Cafe. He goes inside and he sees the no other than Max and Maya. Decided to sit down and have a cup of coffee with him and find out exactly what to do next. So he's telling them the story about what took place and not understanding how this occurred, but the baby did look like him. And how he was upset with Shay for not knowing that this could actually be someone else's child. But Max and Maya, being the Dr. Phils of Brick Buddies, they offered John to come to their home, along with Shay, him, and the new baby. Maya said that they would make sure that there were other people there, so it looked like a gathering and not quite a setup. So that way John can see for himself. But Max already knew that John was the father, and there's nothing that John can do but either step up or step off. And the last thing John wants to do in this small town is actually end up being a deadbeat dad, because who wants to be a deadbeat dad? Max decided to take out the time to explain to John the rules of town of Brick Buddies. It was obvious that John didn't take out the time to look at the rules. So Max explained, if 2 residents of the town were single and one resident did something nice for the other out of the kindness of their heart, then they were friends. But if by any chance that one resident did something out of kindness and deceitfully added something on later after doing a kind gesture, they will be tied together with a child. At that point, John knew exactly what took place, and he didn't feel like he needed to explain it to Max and Maya because he felt as though they already knew. Some of the residents of Brick Buddies knew that John helped Kim with the pipes in her house because she had a leak. But what they didn't know, I'm sure, is the reason why John was now a father, a brick father, a stepdaddy, never mind. As angry as John was, he decided to divulge all the information. John did explain to Max and Maya that he did fix the leak at Kim's house. The leak wasn't too bad, but there was a few pipes in the sub pump that also needed to be repaired. Although he was going to do this under the kindness of his heart, he decided at the end that he was going to charge her $500 for the work. He didn't charge her for the parts since the parts were free, but he decided at the end to charge her for labor. The labor he charged for was fixing the pipes, replacing the sub pump, and he even charged her for fixing that leak. But he didn't divulge the information until the end. Back at Max and Maya's house, John, Shay, and Kim was confronted by Tanner and Brandy. Everyone wanted to know where Becca was because the last time they heard, Becca was at the strip club making a couple dollars. But for both families, there was bigger fish to fry. Tanner and Brandy came over to talk to Max and Maya about their situation. Because at the end of the day, Tanner feels as though he married Becca, but he should have married Brandy. Because no respectable man wants anybody to look at their wife's Lego parts. While that's going on, the neighborhood drunk is swimming around in the pool. All the while, Shay is introducing baby Jordan to his father, John. And what is Kim doing? Just sitting in the background, knowing damn well she should have had a plumber come and fix the damn sud pump. Shay and John decided to take baby Jordan to the top level. Because they wanted to get away from all the monotony, and possibly, hopefully, mend their friendship. Because at the end of the day, they go by the slogan, bros before hoes. And Shay and John were friends way before Shay and Kim met. The thing is, Shay and Kim was dating when her pipes burst. Now Kim went upstairs to be nosy because she didn't want the information to get out that she really didn't want to be with Shay. She really wanted to be with John. That's why she asked John to fix the pipe. Kim also knew that John was going to end up charging her and not telling her because he has ADD and he forgets shit. While Max and Maya was downstairs dealing with Tanner and Brandy, Shay and John came up with their own conclusion. They're going to take care of the baby. John told Shay when Kim asked about the pipes. That's when Shay knew that he needed to leave her alone because all she was a harlot. Max started to explain to Tanner that in the town of Brick Buddies, the rules are once you're married, you're married. There's not much you can do about it. Unless for some strange reason, Becca decides to leave the town of Brick Buddies. Then in that case, Tanner's single again and can marry who he wants. But remember, in the city of Brick Buddies, once you're married, you're married. Shay and John decided that they're going to be the best of friends to raise baby Jordan by themselves. And because Shay read the handbook, he already knows how he's going to get Kim to leave the town of Brick Buddies. He's almost certain that Kim doesn't want to be seen in a light that she's going to be painted. So what he's going to do is he's going to pay the neighborhood drunk to escort her out of town. Make sure she finds a new place and a new love.